Yeah, who knows?
This is a highway in India, near Delhi.
Smile.
The smog here was so thick, drivers couldn't see where they were going.
Damn, dude. Can you watch this?
At least 24 vehicles were damaged as drivers kept crashing into the pileup.
Pepega.
Damn, this is crazy. What the fuck?
These conditions happen every year when Delhi experiences a huge spike in air pollution.
Damn,
Are we
dude.
breathing poison in Delhi?
Every 2 minutes, one.
Watching the middle of the fucking
xQc
road,
speaks in
dude.
Animal Crossing.
Breathing
Guys, you know what's worse than actual sand and smog?
11
Reporters
months
in the middle of
since the
fucking
now
street,
open
dude.
Yama.
Poison
You so
in
much,
Delhi.
you
Every 2
lovely
minutes,
Pepega.
one person dies due to air pollution in this country.
I get
1 year
nauseous, I get
abuse.
dizzy.
हॉस्पिटल या फैमिली डॉक्टर के पास
xQc
जाके दिखाना पड़ता है.
When it hits, the nearly 30 million people here are forced to live in a toxic cloud.
Jesus.
Scientists estimate that spending a day outside in these conditions is like smoking 50 cigarettes.
As a lung surgeon, when I open the chest, I rarely see a normal pink lung these days.
On the ground, a layer of dust covers the entire city, and in the air, a thick layer of pollution hides landmarks
Really? Is that
are
permanent?
easy to see the rest of the year. Delhi has always been a big, busy, polluted city, but in the last decade, something is making it even worse.
Lungs can heal. That's cool, dude. Easy healing.
In the last 10 years, Delhi's population has grown by more than 7 million people. Today, it's the second largest city in the world, and it's also among the most polluted.
Jesus.
More people means more cars, spreading dust and exhaust into the air. As Delhi grows, there's also more construction, producing dust particles, and more industries contaminating the environment. All these
Interesting.
things make the average air quality in Delhi unhealthy year-round. But something else is happening right here. When air pollution in Delhi spikes in October and November, it sends air pollution levels to 50 times what's considered safe.
Levels go haywire. Many of the machines are not made to measure the levels that we achieve.
The smog is so bad you can see it from space. But this cloud of pollution isn't actually coming from Delhi. It's coming from here. The states of Punjab and Haryana are known as India's breadbasket. They're a key
Jesus.
region for the country's agriculture. Farmers here grow rice, and that requires large amounts of water. In the 2000s, rice farming here took off, and farmers in the area started using so much water that the region's groundwater started running low. So to save water, authorities passed a new act in 2009.
Yeah, it's like
It bans
space,
rice
dude.
planting before mid-June. That means farmers can't plant rice until right before the monsoon season, when rains come
Well, what's
to replenish
monsoon?
the groundwater. That pushes rice harvesting later into the year, which means farmers have less time to get their fields ready for their next crop. So to clear the fields more quickly, more and more farmers have started setting their crop stubble on fire. Every year, all those stubble fires form a massive cloud of smoke during October and November, and it heads straight for Delhi. There are two
What the
reasons why
fuck?
smoke in this region makes things worse in Delhi. The first is geography. The Himalayan mountains act like a kind of barrier directing the smoke towards Delhi. The second is the weather. During the winter, cold mountain air rushes down from the Himalayas towards Delhi,
Makes it go up.
arriving beneath a layer of warm, lowland air that creates a kind of dome over the city. The
Yeah.
warm air keeps pollution trapped on the ground with nowhere to go. So when the stubble fire smoke arrives in Delhi, it mixes with the urban pollution, forming a toxic smog that sits on top of the city. Mix all that together, and you have the most hazardous air pollution of almost anywhere.
Jesus.
In November of 2019, India's Supreme Court ruled that states in the north had to stop farmers from burning their crop stubble. But so far,
Guys,
the ruling
Can they really enforce this that much?
hasn't been enforced on the ground.
Oh.
In the weeks after the ruling, tens of thousands of crop fires continue to burn in Punjab and Haryana. Delhi doesn't have the ability to stop crop burning in neighboring states, Instead, when pollution spikes in October and November, city officials change the things they can control. Sometimes they'll halt all construction in the city or put restrictions on vehicle use. Still, until India's ban on crop stubble burning is actually enforced, these spikes will be back every year.
I'm not
making
clicking, my hands are
the city's
here.
Already dangerous pollution even worse and putting the lives of millions at risk.
आज हमको 50-70 साल हो गए दिल्ली रहते हुए, तो आज दिल्ली से कहाँ जाएंगे? हमारी रोजी रोटी सब कुछ यहीं पे है।
We are taking baby steps, but we're in a time period where baby steps won't help anymore.
Alright, man.
What we breathe should be a fresh air.
No, that sucks. Okay, next.